Lie Down from Whitesnake. Mick Jagger was in London last week, and I had a chat with him, firstly, about his newfound pastime.
Okay, Annie?
Well, it's nice to see you gone into the backing vocals business again, Mick.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. That's funny, isn't it? Well, it's more of a duet than actually, I think, if you give him my due. If you're talking about Peter Tosh's new single, which is called Don't Look Back, not the Boston one, the old one. And it's more of a duet with Peter. I get as much as I can in other words.
You are quite prominent, really. And because he was on your American tour with you, and he's also on your label now.
Yeah.
So, why?
Why? Well, no, he wanted to join another label. He was fed up with the one it was on because it was the wrong colour. And they were very nice when we got to know them, you know. It was interesting. We worked with them because I thought it was just going to be just out on the label. They were going to give us like a record and we were going to just promote it. But we found ourselves in the same studio complex and together. And so we got involved recording, you know, together. Keith played some things on... Keith and Woody played some licks on. I can't remember which numbers though. Soon Come? I don't know. But Peter, it was Peter's idea to do this particular number.
I just thought, is he a great protege of yours then?
No, he's not a protege of mine. I mean, I like him. I mean, he doesn't really need introducing by me, or you know, he's not like a young kid that's, you know, he's older than me even. Which is quite an achievement these days.
Yeah. So I mean, you've now finished in America.
Yeah.
What was your sort of final feeling about it all? It seemed to be going very well.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a very good tour, you know, good fun. And I know I enjoyed playing. The most some of the gigs I really dug were the small ones, and that really big indoor one where they had the fight, the Arlie fight, the last Arlie fight,
Superdome, New Orleans.
That was a great gig to play. Yeah, it's like playing an outdoor gig inside, and the acoustics are good too. It was really
in fact, you pulled in a record number of people.
Yeah, not as much money as Arlie, but more people.
Yes. So. You were being very apprehensive, because when I saw you last, that's where it was, about coming back here. And
I was only joking. When I was going back, I'm not coming back to England. That one. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Did that go out?
Yes.
On the radio?
Yes. You weren't very popular over that, but still.
No.
You weren't, in fact, serious. So why haven't you come back to play then?
To play? Well, I just thought what we'd do is get Keith's trial out of the way first, which is on Monday. Well, this is Monday, or this will be shown after, so it'll be over by then. And then we'll then we thought we'd go to Australia, which we planned to do, and then we come back to England next year.
Well, if the worst should happen, does that mean that the Stones wouldn't be able to tour?
It's, as I said to you before, and it's going to sound ridiculous because it's going to be finished, it's, there's so many variables. I mean, what happens if Keith does this? What happens if they cut his head off? What happens if they... You know what I mean? So I just want to wait and to see what happens, and then we'll see what we do. Obviously, it's a bit difficult planning long, expensive tours while we don't know, which is why we don't know what we're doing.
But I mean, just you wouldn't go on without him. I mean, you wouldn't go on stage without him.
I've been on stage without him. I went with Peter Tosh. On stage with Peter Tosh. But the Stones, no. We wouldn't go on stage if Keith was unavailable for a month. But, I mean, you know, I don't know, we just have to see.
How is he?
It's very well. He's in Los Angeles, sunning up.
Yeah, so he's in a reasonable state about it.
Oh, yeah, he's been very good spirits.
Because the last thing you did was the Saturday Night Live in New York.
Yeah.
It must be the first live television show you've done for years and years.
Yeah, very little live television to do in America, apart from the sports. And there's very little live here now, really. Most of it's taped, isn't it?
Well, you'll have to come back and find out. But how did it go?
It was good fun. The sound was good. You know, we just did 3 numbers straight off.
How much did you have to rehearse it?
Oh, we did 4 days rehearsal.
4 days?
Yes.
Oh, that's with the comedy sketches as well?
Yeah, but for live television, that's it, because you've got no chance, you know, no chance at all. And a lot of people watched it, so we're very happy that we didn't get paid, of course, like all television programmes. It's all charity.
No comment.
We got $300 for the band, right? And as I'm the leader, they put down, I got an extra bit.
Oh, how much do you get then? Go on.
$50 extra.
Well, spend it carefully, Mick.
I know.
You might need it. What have you been doing since the tour finished? Have you been doing more writing? Or?
Yeah, I've been writing. I've done a bit of rehearsing. And...
What do you mean?
Well, yeah, we rehearsed and we played a lot since, you know, and we've written a lot of songs. The new album.
When do you think that might happen then?
I don't know, but once it happens to Keith, I have to go and finish it off on myself. But no, Keith will get out on appeal, I mean, there's no problem. And we'll go straight into the studio and it'll be out probably early spring.
Yeah. Are you thinking of keeping Ian McLagan in the band now because he was on the last album and did the American tour with you, didn't he?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he hasn't asked me. I do like to keep some of the elements in the band free, so we've never really kept a piano player, though they've worked with us for years, forever, because I'd like to keep that thing at least floating.
Yeah.
You know, because otherwise you're stuck. I mean, it's bad enough playing with Charlie all the time, having to work with 6 of the same people.
Yeah, it does give you a bit of leeway, doesn't it?
Yeah, a bit of leeway, yeah.
Well, when I last saw you, you were sort of... You seemed very disillusioned about music generally and
Not
bands.
as much as Pete Townsend.
No, true enough, true enough. But do you still feel that way? You say, I don't like listening to boring rock and roll bands and...
Yeah, I wasn't quite... no, it wasn't that, was it? I was saying I fed up with all these LA bands, that's what I was saying, wasn't it? I don't like LA music and all that. That's got its place, but, you know, LA's a very... the music industry's there, you're very much aware it's a music industry town, and no one wants to step out of line because they're selling so many millions of Linda Ronstadt albums, who's very sweet, but I mean, they just keep going, and then no one likes, whatever you want to call it, new wave music, no one likes new bands, you know, they like the same old thing. There's very little live entertainment, there's no new rash of groups. You know, it's more or less your old-fashioned, you know, groups.
Establishment,
yeah,
West
establishment,
Coast.
West Coast, you know the ones. I don't have to name names.
So,
But the Eagles, you know. Linda Ronstadt.
so what, I mean, do you think then England's got a more healthy musical
Yeah.
scene?
Yeah, I think so. I told you last time we saw each other in 1965, when I said that England's a healthy music scene, and now New York and London are much healthier, if you want, because they've got more people really want to get out there and do something. Whereas in LA, it's, you know, oh, well, I just bought my new $750,000 house, man, and, you know, just with my jacuzzi and my cars in the yard and all that, and it's not for me, I'm afraid. Can I take my glass off now?
Yes. You've been playing a bit of guitar, haven't you?
Yeah, on the stage. Yeah, I haven't played so much. I enjoyed it very much, playing guitar. Keith keeps adjusting my settings when I'm singing, of course. If I did that with him, he'd probably go bananas.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the rest of the guitar players were very nice about it. And they were. I mean, they didn't say, what, rubbish, you know. But when I got used to it, it was good fun. Especially with a cordless mic, you know. That made a lot of difference, because 3 people tripping over each other's leads is not much fun.
You don't get nervous?
No, I did the first night. I really was a bit nervous, and I made a lot of clangers, but I sort of got into it.
Yeah.
I preferred it, you know, it made a change than just leaping about without the guitar. Now I can leap about with it, which is good.
Yeah. You were saying that you enjoyed playing those small gigs because you were alternating between large ones and small ones in the States. Do you think that could work elsewhere?
Oh yeah, work anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about England is you alternate between small gigs and small gigs. But no, in England, I mean, you can go between a theatre in a larger place like Bingley or... no, I mean, we never want to play Earl's Court again, though people still attempt it. You know...
because of the sound?
Yeah, the sound. And I don't like Olympia either, though I thought Rod Stewart was very good in there when I saw him last. But they're really not very good, so I think I'd rather like play theatres than ballrooms. Ballrooms I like.
Still?
Most of the places we played in America didn't have seats, I might point out. The theatres were like half ballrooms, half You know, festival seating it's called.
Festival seating?
Festival seating.
Means you stand up?
Means you stand up, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's for young people as opposed to old codgers.
Well, it's all...
Well, thank you.
It's all leaving it a little bit like that at the moment. Obviously, until next Monday is over, it's hard to say, but let's just assume for 1 second that everything is all right. If it is, will you be coming back to play in England soon?
Oh, yes. No, yeah. Soon.
Well, we look forward to seeing you, Mick.
Thank you. I'm going to Jamaica on Wednesday with Peter Tosh to promote the single. And we'll come back with some film which we might have to show you.
Yeah, great. All right, look forward to seeing you.
In the jungles of Jamaica.
Have a good time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, I hope that's a promise. Mick Jagger talking in London a few days ago, of course, before Keith Richards' trial. The result, which I'm sure you must have heard by now, was that Keith was sentenced to a year's probation with one bizarre condition by the judge. This was that Keith should give a concert in Canada within the next 6 months for blind people, either as a solo performer or with the Rolling Stones. We had hoped to show you part of the Saturday Night Live performance which Mick mentioned in the film. There was a hold-up, but we'll hope to run it sometime in the future.